Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another Common Sense Guys channel's video. I know today that I said that I was going to be doing another race baiting video, so to speak, as in a race mixing videos, but I saw Owen Jones and, well, for his sake, I just couldn't resist him. So I'm gonna have to go through what Owen Jones has just said about the 15-week protests that have been going on about teaching equality and that these people exist from the LGBTQ community, and finding out why is the reason that these people that are protesting are in fact protesting, and see if Owen Jones has any conflicting ideas on this. I wonder. Let's get into the video, shall we?
Very careful what we plant in the minds of young innocent children.
So before we get too far into this video, I wanted to take the time to say the reasons why these people are actually protesting against LGBTQ and homosexuality of any kind, or of those values whatsoever. It's not because they have disagreements with the biological arguments. It's not because they have disagreements with the idea of morality of teaching gay sex to children or anything else like that. It's not that bad. Remember, it's in primary school. They are only doing this, the people that are protesting, due to their religious understandings of the scholarship of a particular book. Now, let's take a poll. Do you think that this video and the people that are in this video will blame a proportion of the Muslim community that's doing this? Or do you think, and I'll take votes on it, that they will say that this is only a small minority of people that are protesting? Now, bear in mind that this is now turned into national protests outside different schools for over 15 weeks since it started. I wonder.
Here in Birmingham, protests began at LGBTQ inclusive education being taught. Those protests have now spread all over the country. Now, what I want to do is get to the heart of this.
But are you though, Mr. Jones? Are you even going to touch on the subject of the reasons why they're protesting? Are you even going to acknowledge of the reasons why these protesters are against LGBTQ people and also homosexuals in general? Will you touch on those reasons, or is your identity politics mantra too strong for you to tackle this objectively? Or is it so prevalent in your mind that you won't even try to go down that road and expand upon the actual reasons why these people are actually protesting and why it's a bad thing?
What is going on? How much of a threat is it to LGBTQ rights and the crucial education that all children in this country should get? And can bridges be built to stop these tensions from escalating?
I honestly hope that it can, actually, to be honest with you, Mr. Jones, because I do not have a problem with how people want to present themselves. I do not have a problem with the way people want to choose to be and how they cannot help that they are. I have no problems with anybody that wants to do that as long as it doesn't affect anybody else. Though, to be able to get to that level, you have to be objective and tackle the actual problems and tackle the actual reasoning behind all of this. And I've just got a feeling that you're not even going to touch on the real reasoning behind this.
Mr. Moffat has decided upon his own self to reinterpret our religious scriptures.
So remember at this point in time that In this actual news article, if you can call it that, or news propaganda, or what Owen Jones is trying to do here by reporting on it, he's actually showing you the reasons why. Now, whether you agree that it's a true interpretation or not a true interpretation, it is to do with a certain religious book. And we all know what religious book that is. That is, unfortunately, to do with the Quran. So it is to do with Muslims. So why can we not say that there are groups of Muslims that do not accept that LGBTQ people should be an abomination, or that homosexuals should be thrown off of buildings or stoned to death for their sexuality? Why can we not say that, but we are allowed to say that when it comes to Jewish people, we're allowed to say it when it comes to Christianity, or any other form of religion? Why is it that we cannot say that this group of Muslims, not entirety of, but this group of Muslims is against this or that? But then again, I suppose that would actually take an objective look and not look at identity politics, wouldn't it? Carrying on.
Andrew Moffat designed the No Outsiders school programme that is the centre of the protest, and I want to talk to him about the myths about the programme and the reality.
I'm leaving this in because I think it's very, very important, because I think there's a lot of people that are on the left and I think there's a lot of people on the right that don't really understand what they're actually trying to teach. They're not trying to teach the ins and outs and what the actual sexuality or the sexual acts are going on, just that there are gay people that are in the world, that there are Muslim people in the world, that there are religious people in the world, disabled people in the world, and so on and so forth. They're not talking about the physical acts and the reasons why people do what they do, and so on and so forth. And I think it's very, very important, because the most understanding that we can have makes us more informed on the subject that we can talk about.
No Outsiders.
Yeah.
What is it? What is it? Explain what it means.
Okay, so No Outsiders is a resource for primary schools. The aim is to prepare children for life in modern Britain. What does modern Britain look like? You've got different people, different skin, different religion, different race, different families, LGBT, disability, and gender, different age. And it's about children understanding that we're all different, but we can all get along.
So all we're talking about, basically, is teaching children that LGBT people exist.
That's exactly it.
And nothing else.
Now, me personally, I really do not have a problem with kids knowing that these types of people, any types of people, all types of people exist, that they happen and they know what's going on roughly. I think that that's a good thing myself. But what do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this. Is it a good thing to teach people that other people exist?
This is one of the books that is causing some controversy about, being too young. So
Mummy, Mama and Me.
Mummy, Mama and Me. So it talks about Mummy picks me up and Mummy pours juice in my cup. Mummy gently combs my hair. Mum rocks you in her chair. So we say, does your mum do that? Does your mum do that? Does your mum do that? Who's in your family? Who's in your family? Who's in your family? Who's in this family? Let's draw our families.
Again, me personally, I do not have any problem with that book being put into place. Because let's be honest, this is an opportunity for kids to realise that there are people that have two dads. There are people that have two mums. There are people that have one dad. There are people that have one mum. It's a chance for people to even explain adoption and how that type of works, and how my mummy and daddy are not my real mummy and daddy. It gives a chance for people to feel more inclusive. The fact that it's just two women on it doesn't mean anything. To me, anyway. But again, let me know in the comment section down below, is this supposed to be the most controversial book that is taught in this program for the reasoning why people are protesting? Remember that. So let me know what you think in the comment section down below. Is this really that bad? Or is this something that's worth protesting over?
So I'm outside Anderton Park School here in Birmingham. There's a group hanging out these leaflets here. We do not believe in homosexuality. Parents do not want their children's belief changed.
So I find that very, very interesting. I would like to know the reason why it got cut. I would like to know what Owen Jones's actual thoughts were on that pure sentence from that leaflet. That due to religious reasons, that they didn't want their kids to change their belief on homosexuality. I would have paid money to hear what his actual views were, rather than the drivel that he comes out in this bloody video. I would love to have heard his actual points and views on this, because I can guarantee you it's not something that he would have held back on.
Talk to some of the people handing out these leaflets and try and understand, I suppose, the arguments that have been presented.
Now, this is where I am assuming that Mr. Jones will now go on a circular argument of trying to find out the real reasons why people are against LGBTQ or homosexuals in this instance for him. I wonder, could it be something that was actually said on the leaflet, that it's to do with a religion and the way that a religion thinks about it? I wonder if it could be that. No, you're completely and utterly right. What type of religion would actually go against it? Apart from the ones that have been reformed, but even then, they are still against it in some way, shape or form. I wonder if religion plays a part in this.
What's wrong with telling children that gay people exist? Because they will will encounter gay people.
According to the parents, they're saying that why would you be pushing a moral way of thinking that's different to the moral way of thinking of that child's household?
So, you've heard it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, that it is to do with the religious aspect of the household. As in, it is the people in the household that want them to think like they do, not have their own opinions and form their own ideas and ideologies later on in life. No, you will think the way that I think, which is the way that the Quran thinks. Does Owen Jones challenge them on this? I don't know. Will he ever challenge identity politics that goes against him?
There's two men holding hands. You must respect them. That doesn't mean that you have to adhere to that way of thinking.
But that's not what they're being taught. They're not being taught they have to adhere to that. They're just saying that gay people exist and to educate them about their existence.
According to the parents, it's being over-promoted. They don't need to morally accept that being homosexual is okay.
I would like to point you to the last thing that this gentleman said, that he doesn't believe that it's morally right to be homosexual. That was the last thing that he was saying to Owen Jones, and that is all to do with religious mantra, all to do with religious doctrine. Regardless of what type of religion, it is to do with that religion. So why can we not mention that it is this religion, or a religion, that is doing this, and the mantra is coming from this religion? We did it with Christianity, we have done it with other religions. Why can we not do it because of Islam? Why can we not talk about it?
A group of LGBT activists that we're gathering now to support the schools, support the parents through what is a really troubling time for the Muslim and the LGBT community. I'm a gay Christian myself. I faced, battles within the gay community saying that I shouldn't have a religion, and within the Christian community saying that I can't be gay. It is possible to be both, and I think that's the message for these kids here as well.
So, same question to the same people that won't let us talk about it in general. Why is it that the Christians had a reformation, so to speak, in certain places, and why is it that we cannot speak about the problems that some people that practice Islam are using the book to preach a bigoted and hurtful and disgusting mantra from the book in which that they adhere their religion to? Why can we not mention that this happens, and this is where they get their understanding and their ideologies from? Why can we not mention this? And why, Owen Jones, are you not attacking the bad parts of the religion or the people that are from that religion, as you would do if they were right-wing and right-wing nationalists, in your opinion? But why are you not attacking these people? Why is it that you are just letting them ride and speak their mind? Where generally, if it was to do with Brexit, regardless of Leave or Remain, you would call everybody who voted Leave racist, bigoted, xenophobes on many occasions, but yet you won't say that about this group of Muslims? Interesting, isn't it?
Put to us that actually these protests are being coordinated nationally. Do you have any views on that?
The lead protester at my school, I've met with him, he told me he has no children. And we've had people turn up at our school who are going, oh, I've been told to turn up, where's the protest? So literally shipping people in. So that sounds like some kind of coordinated attempt to to crush what schools are about.
I would like everybody to remember this. I would like everybody to remember this, that she herself has said that this is a national phenomenon. That she herself has said that this is being organised by people that do not even have children at the school. I wonder how and why I'm asking you to remember this. I wonder.
Some of the far right have latched on to this whole issue to say this just shows that Muslims are not compatible with the so-called British way of life.
Yeah.
No, Owen. Most people say that the religion Islam is not compatible with the British value system or the British way of life. And this is an example of Islam not being compatible to English values and British values. That's the point. Though I feel that I need to throw in a caveat in this point, otherwise the whole video will be misconstrued to being a far-right dog whistle, which is not the case. It is something that I'm very interested in at this moment in time. And the point that I will put in, or the caveat I will put in, is that there are groups of Muslims that, through the interpretation of their book that states that homosexuality is a sin, as you quite rightly said at the beginning of this video, Owen, that they will be against all of the British values of acceptance and democracy that we so adhere to. But you know, I suppose that's a far right point and issue.
People who will never talk about LGBTQ issues except when Muslims are involved. What do you say to those?
It's a few people. And even though those few people may say, I'm a Muslim and I'm speaking on behalf of Muslims, they're not. They're speaking on behalf of themselves.
First of all, by using Islam as their interpretation of their moral directive, you're failing to mention that, aren't you, for some reason? I can't think why. Identity politics, cough, cough. But at the same time, I do like the idea that, oh, well, the far right are now jumping on this, so we now have to go against the far right? Have you not ever heard of the enemy of my enemy is my friend? Maybe extend an olive branch and realise that you actually have more in common than you have that divides you. Maybe it's an opportunity to be able to bring people closer together, from the left and to the right, that can actually bridge that gap and start putting people closer together and realise that everybody is for equality and should be for equality. No, what am I doing? No, this is all identity politics. Never mind.
The lead protester at my school, I've met with him, he told me he has no children. And we've had people turn up at our school who are going, oh, I've been told to turn up, where's the protest? So literally shipping people in. So that sounds like some kind of coordinated attempt.
I mean, you're gay and a Muslim. You know, in terms of the discussion, the debate that takes place in this country, a lot of people watching will, you know, maybe have never heard from a gay Muslim before.
Owen, you actually sound shocked that there is such a thing as gay Muslims or gay any other identity. You sound generally shocked. I'm really surprised, honestly.
When you heard about those protests beginning, what was your initial response?
And I just thought it was a protest that was happening on the other side of the city, and within a couple of days it will simmer down. Little did I realise that it will rock the boat quite a lot for the Muslim community and the LGBT community, because here we are now, I think 15 weeks later, and we're still discussing it, and it's not only sort of centralised in Birmingham, but it's gone across the UK. And I've become involved in it is because I feel quite sad by the fact that I had to experience all them sort of mental angst all them years ago growing up, being bullied, being picked on, mocked. I just think that children should be allowed to be who they are. Let us be who we are. Let Muslims be who they are.
First of all, I would like to completely and utterly agree with that gentleman. One of the first lots of people on this video to actually make any sense whatsoever, and yes, that includes you as well, Mr. Owen Jones, if you by some chance watch this. Though I do disagree that we are not still talking about the actual problem, and we're just talking about prejudice and bigotry in a broad sense, when this is obviously has a focal point. And why are we not talking about the reasoning behind this? The ideology that's driving this. You would do if it was apparently, according to you, right-wing terminology or ideology. You would be calling it out by name, so to speak. So why are you not doing the same here? Why are you tiptoeing so much around it? Now, you don't have to say that all Muslims are this or all Muslims are that, because that's obvious. But you have to say that this group that follows Islam is using Islam for its moral directive and is the driving force for the reasoning behind this protest. But will you ever be honest? I'm guessing not. With that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like this video as well. But if you think I have done a good enough job, please check out the rest of these videos, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you can, please. Thank you very much. Now, with that all being said, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much, and I'll see you all again real soon. Bye bye for now.